can go live. It is loading into the live, and I'll let you know once we are live. Okay, we are live.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are very excited to have you on our session today. And we should have about 50 participants. We're going to start right away. We're going to give everyone a minute. And we have with us Ms. Lorena Cancela, who is going to add a link to the chat. If you could please take a minute to click on the link and add your name, your email address, your phone number, and the program that you're interested in. There are 4 specific programs. One is early childhood education. The second one is exceptional student education, secondary mathematics, and secondary biology. My name is Carmen Concepcion, and I am the proud Dean of the School of Education. I am very excited to be joined today by our colleagues from MDCPS. We have Ms. Maribel Dotres, who is the Administrative Director in the Office of Professional Learning and Career Development with Miami-Dade County Public Schools. This is a true partnership between Miami-Dade College and Miami-Dade County Public Schools. We are working together to ensure that we develop the best teachers for our community and that we are supporting you to become that teacher. We are going to go to the next slide. We have a presentation for you today, but our goal is to have enough time at the end of the session to answer your questions. And once we answer your questions, we would love to send you into a breakout room with one of our great advisors and potentially have you submit an application today. This is a limited access program, which means that the program will be capped at 80 students. So if you're interested in the program, I recommend that you submit an application today. I'm going to start with the session outcomes. Number 1, we want to provide you with information as it pertains to the Teacher Apprenticeship Baccalaureate program. We are going to share the eligibility requirements for the program. You need a teacher apprenticeship certificate to be part of the program, so we'll share those requirements as well. There are 4 programs, like I mentioned before. We'll share the course sequence with you and answer any questions that you may have related to the course sequence, specifically for those students that are already part of the bachelor's program. To be eligible for the program, if you're in the bachelor's program, you have to be at 50% or less program completion. We're going to talk about Teach-Up, which is professional learning that is offered to students in the School of Education, answer questions, and then send you to a breakout room so that you can meet with one of our advisors and we can give you the link so that you can submit an application today. Ashley? Thank you. So Desiree, we also want to hear from you. What are some of your expectations? If you can take a minute to add them in the chat. What do you expect to get out of this session today? What is one word that describes your expectations, or maybe a phrase? Let us know so that we can meet those expectations. Opportunity, that's a great word. Awesome. Okay, opportunity to learn more about the program. Anything specific? Is there anyone with us today that has been waiting for this program to be launched since last summer? Some of those requirements have changed. Dria Molina, that's great. I'm happy to have you back. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next slide. Okay, so this is a 2-year pathway to the teaching profession. This is, I need you to understand that if you are selected for the program, you will be committed to being in the program for 2 years. 2 years working as an apprentice with MDCPS and 2 years in the bachelor's program. So if you were to finish the bachelor's program before the 2 years, you're still committed to completing the program. It is apprentices you learn on the job. which means that you will be placed in the classroom of an expert teacher, a teacher that has been teaching for more than 5 years in the state of Florida, who is highly effective, and you're following the co-teaching model. And at the end of the program, you receive your bachelor's degree. It is competency-based. That means that the work that you're doing in the courses that the faculty has already identified as competency-based, you're going to be uploading assignments for those courses. The faculty will be giving you feedback, but you are demonstrating competency in the classroom that you're placed in. So you will not have to physically come to class for those competency-based courses. The other almost 50% of the work will be done through MDC live sessions. You are supervised, like I said, by a highly effective mentor teacher. And you can see on the screen the 4 programs that are part of the apprenticeship program. A big difference between the initial teacher preparation program that we've had in Miami-Dade College for over 20 years and the new program that we're launching is that because you will be receiving an apprenticeship certificate, you are able to receive your bachelor's degree, even if you have some of the FTCE Florida Teacher Certification exam requirements that you haven't met. Okay. If we could move to the next slide. So these were the requirements, original requirements of the program. And we're keeping the same original requirements, even though we're going to explain what it means, because it is still part of the statute in the state of Florida. You must have an associate's degree. The original plan was a 3.0 GPA that has been changed. We met with the Commissioner of Education on Friday, and he has confirmed that the GPA is now a 2.5. So 2.5 GPA. You must successfully pass the background screening and receive a temporary apprenticeship certificate. So on the next slide, I'm going to be able to share with you what it's required for you to have, for you to be able to apply to the certificate. So number 1, hopefully today you'll apply to the School of Education to be part of this program. The advisors and Ms. Cancela, our enrollment manager, are going to review your application. If you meet the requirements, you have your associates, you have a 2.5, then we're going to have a meeting on June 17th with MDCPS, with the school district. Then the school district needs to screen the applications. If you are hired by the school district, then you apply for an internship, for an apprenticeship certificate with FLDOE. So if you can see the last bullet, it's bolded, that has also been removed. It is no longer required for you to have a subject, for you to pass a subject area exam. So I'm going to stop here and look at the chat, and if the team can share some, if there are any questions in the chat based on the information that I've shared so far, and I know that I went a little bit fast. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to either raise your hand or write them on in the chat. So Lineidi Ramirez, does it interfere with a regular class schedule? So let me give you an example of what it would look like. You would be hired, if you're selected for the program, you're hired by the school district and you're placed in the classroom of a mentor teacher. You're hired as a full-time paraprofessional, a full-time apprentice. Mrs. Dodres will share what the salary would look like, and she'll give you more information as to the specific requirements for the school district. But your day, you're going to be in the classroom during the regular school day. You're going to be receiving for the work that you're doing in the classroom. And then in the evenings or in the weekends, you'll be taking 2 classes at a time. Okay, Gianna Ramos?
Hi.
If you can unmute yourself, go ahead.
Yes. If I currently just applied to the School of Education and I got in for the normal early childhood program, do I have to reapply for this program?
Submit the application today, yes, because the requirements are different. That's a great question, Yana.
Okay.
And it's a very simple application.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
So right now I'm at the verge of finishing
Then you will
pretty
not
much like my
qualify.
last day. So I wouldn't, right?
You would not. You have to be at 50% completion or less. That is a Department of Labor requirement.
So I will just stick back to my original thing because I don't even know where I stand. Like I'm about to go to ESOL 2. Is that more than my 50?
So the students that were invited were the students that were less than 50%. So
Okay,
if
so
you are not sure, I would recommend that you submit an application
The
and
thing
the
is
team
that
will let you know.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay?
I mean,
So
they sent me the
that is-
email, so I'm guessing I fall under it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is go to the next slide, and then we'll continue looking at the questions in the chat. Ashley? So these are the changes that are expected for July 1st. As you can see on the screen, the requirement now is a 2.5, not a 3.0. That's a mistake in the 3.5. Originally, it was a 3.0. Now it is a 2.5 GPA requirement. Now, it is important that you understand the commitment. You're required to be an apprentice in the classroom of a mentor teacher for the first 2 years of at least 2 years in the classroom. And if you look at the fourth bullet, require completion of at least the first 2 years in an apprenticeship program before being eligible to apply for the professional certificate. That is very important. Okay, if we can go on to the next slide. So this is a course sequence for the early childhood education program. And you can see, for example, in the fall, we're going to launch it as a cohort. Students will only be admitted in the fall. You will be enrolled in the EEC 3301 and EEC 3213. That's going to be competency-based. So you will be getting credit for the work that you're doing in the classroom. And I'm glad that Dr. Muelle is with us. So if you have any specific questions for early childhood education, I'm sure that Dr. Muelle can answer those. And then you will also be enrolled in EEC 3211 and EEX 3603. Those are going to be MDC live courses. So that's the difference. 50% of the bachelor's program will be completed in the classroom of a mentor teacher, and 50% of the program will be completed through MDC live courses. We're gonna take you to the next slide. This is exceptional student education, very similar to ECE. You're enrolled in EDG 3443 and RED 3013 in the fall. If you're a brand new student in the School of Education, in the classroom, that you're getting credit for the work that you're doing in the classroom, and then you're attending MDC live classes, EDG 3321 and EDF 4430. If you have already taken the courses, and that was the question that was asked before, you don't have to take them again. You would be in the classroom of your mentor teacher, and then you'll enroll in the classes that you haven't taken. Okay, next slide. So this is the course sequence for biology, very similar, but you can see that there are less courses in biology that are competency-based. And that is because we feel that the content-specific courses, we would want you to take those courses with an expert faculty member. So the biology-specific courses, for example, addressing scientific misconceptions, that wouldn't be principles of genetics, PCB 3060. We want you to take, that's not a course where you would demonstrate competency in the classroom. That is a course that you would be taking MDC Live with a professor that teaches a course. And then the last program is a math, the secondary mathematics education program, very similar to biology, less competency-based and more MDC Live. Okay, next one. So I just want to share, if you're already in the School of Education, you know that we offer professional learning, and that is through Teach Up. And that is because we want you to be, especially in the apprenticeship program, you're brand new to the program, but you're going to be in the classroom day one when school opens in the fall. So we want to empower you and give you a set of tools that you can implement in the classroom when you're in the classroom of that mentor teacher, because you're a co-teacher. You're going to be responsible for supporting that teacher as he or she is delivering instruction. Next slide. And this is where the questions come in. So I'm going to ask my team, and Mrs. Otris, do you want to share a little bit of the information that pertains to the school district before we take questions?
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you here for this informational session. First and foremost, I do want to clarify that this is a co-teaching model. So I do not want you to feel that from day one, you will be expected to have all the responsibility of the role of the teacher. And second, I would like to share that first, for the first year, your annual wages will be 42,000. This includes base salary plus RAS. And for your second year, it will be 42,640. So that is the salary for the 2-year program. And I look forward to questions. Anybody has a question for me?
I see that Chintara Williams, Miss Williams.
I have a question. Will I qualify for this program if I already work in the school system as a paraprofessional?
Yes, ma'am. That does not either hinder or make you qualify. So you will apply for the program just like everybody else.
Okay. So how would how would that work if I already work in the school system as a paraprofessional? If I was
You will go through the motions that everyone else is doing to apply for the program, and you will either get accepted or not accepted. So if you are accepted, we will transfer you from your work location and your position to the apprentice program position.
Okay.
So we're going to take another question, but first I want to look at one of the questions in the chat. The question reads, will we be MDCPS employees from day one? Remember
the answer to that is yes. Once you start the program, you do start officially as an employee of Miami-Dade County Public Schools, and you will qualify to have the benefits and everything that goes with full-time employment.
I have a question regarding the state exams. Are we supposed to have the paraprofessional and the subjects and the GTs? Are we supposed to have all those tests prior to this, or are they waiving that off?
No. So the FDCE exams are not a requirement. GKT, professional and subject area exam are not an entrance requirement. You will be able to graduate without having passed the exams. Our goal is for you to be able within the 2 years. We want to support you so that you, at the end of the program, you can apply for your professional, and you'll be required to pass a GKT, the subject area exam, and the professional exam. One of our plans for the summer, once you're accepted, is to invite you, and you'll already be hired by the school district. You have to already be accepted into the school, into the apprenticeship, into the program at MDC, meet the requirements, be hired by the school district, have an apprenticeship certificate, and that's when you begin the program. One of the things that we have planned for this summer is a boot camp for the GKT. We would love to support you so that you can pass the sections of the GKT before you're even placed in the classroom and start the program in the fall.
Thank you.
Ms. Williams, did we answer your question? I'm going to lower your hand. I think that we did. And I'm going to go to Carolina.
Hi. Hi, good afternoon. I just had a question. Aside from the salary, are we also going to get benefits?
Yes, you get the benefits as a full-time employee. So yes, health insurance and so forth.
Okay, and for the start date, I think this was mentioned before, but we would submit an application today, and then on June 17th, that's when we would meet with Dade County, right?
Correct. So
You will have, you go ahead, Carmen.
You submit your application today. If you're selected, you will be invited to phase 2, which is with the school district.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Elizabeth?
So my question is, are we allowed to be part-time students in this program, or we have to be strictly full-time?
You have to follow the sequence that we shared with you. It's
Okay.
full-time. You need to be completed within the 2 years. Ms. Daly?
Hi, I guess it was the other person just said that was one of my questions as well, due to I do work for the city of Miramar, so at a preschool. So I was just trying to see, with wanting to have this opportunity, just how that would work. But I understand that my full cooperation to being dedicated to this would be me being completely here. So
That is it.
thank you.
Yes. So remember, you're going to be a full-time teacher and a full-time student at MDC. So that's something that you need to think about. Remember, your tuition, and I don't think that that's something that I mentioned earlier, tuition is completely free. You're hired by the school district, full benefits and full salary. So something to consider.
Thank you.
Jessica?
Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Puedo hacer la consulta en español?
Sí, pero acuérdese que para estar en este programa usted tendría que, va a impartir clases en inglés.
Bueno, la primera consulta que le quiero realizar es que si yo soy maestra de mi país, si con título universitario en ciencias sociales quisiera entrar al programa, ¿puedo participar?
No, este programa no sería para usted, pero la señora Cristina Ondaro, que está aquí, usted le puede mandar un mensaje en el chat, le puede dar información para un programa especial que tenemos para usted.
Ok, está bien. Gracias, muy amable.
Gracias a usted. María?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. First and foremost, good evening. I hope you guys are doing well. My quick question is that this program is a choice, right? This is just an opportunity. You don't have to necessarily be part of this. It's not mandatory, correct?
No, it's not. Absolutely.
All right, perfect. And the link that you guys have sent earlier, I thought that was supposed to be for like attendance, like to record the attendance or something like that for this meeting that we're doing right now. Is that true?
No, so the link that Ms. Cancela put in the chat is for
Mhm.
us to send you the application today. And if you're
Oh.
interested in the program, then at the end of the question and answer session, we're going to send you to a breakout room to meet with one of our advisors.
Oh, okay. I accidentally filled it out because I thought it was like for like attendance. So because for right now I'm not currently interested at the
That's
moment.
fine.
So
Ms. Cancela will remove your name. That's not a problem.
yeah, that's my bad. That's on my behalf. Thank you
Not a
so
problem.
much.
Thank you.
All right. And trust me, I'm still here listening on all ears and to see if this could be considered as an opportunity for me, like long down in the foreseeable future. So thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. All right.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
Ms. Hernandez?
Hello. Hello. Hi, I just have a question. I have an associate's in elementary teacher and my bachelor's in supervision and management. Do I still qualify for this program?
No, if you have a bachelor, you do not qualify. This is a bachelor program. Individuals earning their bachelor's for the first time.
Okay, so I'm gonna get out of the. Thank
Okay.
you so much. Have a
Thank
great
you.
evening.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Ms. Ramirez?
Hello.
Question, if you're already in the bachelor's program, does this interfere with the classes that you still have to take? Or you have to take different classes?
So the chart is, what program are you in?
Early childhood?
Ashley, can you take us to that slide? So as you can see on the screen, this is a course sequence for early childhood education. If you're already in the program with us, let's say that you've already completed the courses that we have in semester 1 in the fall. You wouldn't have to take those courses again. So if you qualify for the program, you're hired by the school district, you're accepted into the program, and you register for the courses that you have not taken yet.
Okay,
Make sense?
yes,
Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Norma, I'm not sure if you had a question earlier.
Yes, I do. Good afternoon. I just want to know if how do they do like choose the people who will be qualified?
So once you submit the application, we're going to see everyone that qualifies. And like I said, it's limited access. We only have space for 80 students. So we're going to look at your GPA.
Okay.
And we're going to rank the students based on GPA. Remember, This
Yes.
only means that we're sharing this information with the school district. You still have to be screened by the school district. So if we submit the first 80 students to the school district, they go through the interview process, or something were to happen where the student is not interested, then we go back to our list and we submit the name of the next student.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Jefferson?
Good evening, everyone. The question that I have is, if I've worked for this Miami-Dade County public school system in the past, I left in good standing. Am I still a good candidate to apply for this program? Or can I still apply if I work for Miami-Dade County public school system before?
Yes, that would not be a problem. You would just have to reapply because obviously you're no longer active in the school system.
Correct, correct.
So you would follow the same protocol as anyone else to apply first through the college, and then to apply with us if you are chosen for the program.
Okay, and I have one more question.
Yeah, because that was
approximately how long would it take for us to know if we're selected after we apply?
So our goal is to have everyone ready for the June 17th meeting. So that's why we ask you that if you're interested in the program, that you submit your application today. Our goal is to have all the applications reviewed by next week so that we can rank them based on GPA, hopefully have 80 students, share that information with the school district, invite you over for a meeting with the school district, and then the next step would be to apply for the apprenticeship certificate with FLDOE.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Ms. Angel? Okay, Ms. Casanueva?
Hi, good afternoon, ladies.
Hi.
I have 4 quick questions. Number 1 is I'm missing 1 class for my associate, which I'm taking now in the summer. And actually I've already completed it, but the semester's not done. Is it too late to apply for graduation for the associate?
So, I don't know that we have the answer for you. That's very specific. If you can please add information on your application, what we will do is research it to make sure that if you qualify for the program, that we work internally to confer your degree. And if you qualify, then you can be part of the program.
Okay, and if we're unable to attend that June 17th date, is there another day? Or is June 17th the only time that we can meet with the county if we're accepted into the program?
Well, the program is going to be a cohort and it's time sensitive. So we would like, our goal is to screen and interview on our side the week of June 17th. So that is our timeline.
Are there afternoon appointments, anything after 4 o'clock for those screenings, or is everything earlier than 4 p.m.?
Once you get selected by MDC, the second step would be to come to us. So at that point, you could send us an email and we will try to do our best to give you the appointment in the afternoon.
Okay, and is the program going to be available for the 25-26 school year if we're not able or we're not accepted for this upcoming school year, 24-25?
That is her goal, yes.
So every year it'll kind of reset the count of how many people.
Correct.
Okay, and then my last question, if we are chosen for the program and we have a school-age child, would the child be able to go to the school that we're assigned to? For example, I have a special needs daughter. I know that it's a special case, especially because she's got an IEP, but let's say she was a typical kid and I was accepted into the program and assigned to a specific school. Would I be able to enroll my daughter at that school to be there with me? Not in my classroom, but.
Of course. So that is an isolated question. And if you start the program or if you are interested, we could have a conversation about that. Because usually those are not reasons for us to do a transfer. However, it's something we could look into.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Elias? Question? Ms. Ramos?
Yes. If I am a current MDCPS employee, do I still have to do the whole process, like the fingerprinting and stuff through Miami-Dade again if I get hired?
No, you're already an employee and we will just, what we will do if you do apply and you are selected for the program, we will transfer.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that was my question because right now I'm a substitute and I already work like before even Cali submerged, so they just grandfathered me in. Will they do the same?
It depends when you did your drug test. So that will be, again, that's a specific case. And
Okay.
because right now you're in Kelly, so you're no longer active with us. So we will see if we could just see your information and transfer you back in. If not, you would have to take additional steps.
The thing is that I think I still am because the principal did something there and I still have the employee ID number from Miami-Dade County Campus.
The employee number
Like
that you have is yours for life.
yeah,
But that
like it
doesn't
still
mean
works. Like my email, like my browser thing. Like when I teach, I go in my computer with that.
okay, we will take a look at it if you qualify for the program. Our goal is better to have you transfer in or to have you come in the easiest way possible. So again, each individual is their own situation and we will do accordingly.
Thank you. Raven?
Hi, I'm sorry. I think you already answered this question, but I was wondering, do we have to have like the apprenticeship certificate as of now?
No. So you're first accepted into the School of Education if you meet the requirements. Then you're hired by the school district, and then you apply for the apprenticeship certificate.
Okay, thank you.
Question. Thank you. Ms. Luisaga?
Yeah, sorry. I thought of another question and I might get a little ahead of myself. But for school placement, is there like a system set up? It's depending on what schools in Dade County need paras, or is that like you go off our home address? How does that work?
Okay, so that's a great question. The first thing we need to look at is open positions, and open positions are throughout Dade County. We have them in all areas. So what we do is we go and we place based on your home zip code. We do not want anyone traveling across town. So if we could avoid that and use your home address and your zip code, that's what we use to place you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Karen?
Hi, good afternoon. I have two questions. One, I've been in contact with Lorena Cancela and Genesis Sandoval because I've heard of this program since last summer and I've already taken and passed the exams. And I wasn't informed about the last meeting, so I didn't know how further ahead the program has been, and I haven't applied for it yet. But I've been emailing with them and they're gonna send me the application. Do I fill in the one that they're sending me or the one that you guys are sending tonight?
So it's the same.
Okay.
My recommendation is that you fill it out tonight, and we're gonna transition into the breakout rooms in a few minutes so that an advisor could help you with the application.
Okay, perfect. And then my other question is, what would be the start date for the program? The first day of school for the kids?
No. So our hope is to onboard you early on, and this is a conversation with MDCPS, but there is training that is part of the program before you're placed in the classroom.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sophia?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
I have a question. It's about the secondary biology program. So I saw that in the first semester of the fall that one of the requirements of MDC Live is functional human anatomy. I already took an anatomy course in FIU, but it's not the same exact course number. So I was wondering if there was like a way for you to like to determine if like it's the same class, like if I can get the credit for it.
So that needs to be reviewed internally by the chair. That's Dr. Kimberly Lanier. So if you want to add something on the application, a little note so that we can check with her, that is a conversation that she would need to have with you.
Okay, so that I can do in the breakout rooms today?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, Ms. Brown, Raven?
For the early childhood program, do you know if the placement is going to be in a daycare or elementary school? Like, is it daycare or elementary school?
So
Can
that's
I
a
jump in
question.
here, Dr. Concepcion?
Go ahead, please.
So the placement would be in Miami-Dade County Public Schools. So it's not in a private center, if that's the question you're asking. So you may be placed in a pre-K classroom, but everything is through Miami-Dade County Public Schools.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Jefferson?
Okay, my other question now is what date, do you have a date of the training would begin?
Our conversation has been the last week in July, early August, so that you could receive training from the school district, and from MDC, you would be attending Teach Up High Impact Strategies training that would potentially take 4 to 5 days. We're also looking at providing training on the GKT. Our goal is for most students to pass the GKT, 4 sections of the GKT, even before we start the fall semester. And we will pay for the vouchers. We want to support you, but we want to make sure that that's something that you already meet before starting the program.
Okay, what is the GKT?
The general knowledge exam.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So that's the last hand I see. I'm going to ask my team if there are questions in the chat that haven't been answered yet that you can help us. Yes?
Norma? Yes, I have a security clearance information. Like I took pictures from Miami-Dade, the clearance 2021, and it expired 26th of 11, November 26th. Like I did fingerprint and yeah, I'm not sure if they can use this one. Security clearance.
Right, but the requirements to be hired by the school district are different. So you need to follow the protocol from the school district.
Okay, okay then, thank you.
Raven?
Hi, I already filled out the apprenticeship application. I was wondering if I should still stay for the breakout rooms.
If you submitted your application and you're comfortable, then you do not need to stay behind. So are there any questions themed in the chat that haven't been answered? I see one. If you have a bachelor's degree, can credits be applied? No. If you have a bachelor's degree, you do not qualify for this program.
So you have to live in Miami-Dade for this program?
You have to work for the partnership is with Miami-Dade County Public Schools.
Dr. Concepcion, we have a question that if they already are in our program, have received their fall schedule, what should they do if they're interested now in coming into the teacher apprenticeship baccalaureate program?
Thank you, Ashley. Submit an application, and if you already have your schedule, we will work with you to make the modifications that are needed. But remember, if you're in the program already, you may have to wait to take the classes that you haven't taken and just start with the school district until the rest of the group catches up to you. Because this is a cohort model. You're going to be together for the 2 years of the program. Okay.
Dr. Concepcion, another question is if they are unavailable for June 17th, which I know we spoke about, is there any additional days in the future, or is this the day that they should be available and make sure to have on their calendar?
I think that you should have it in your calendars. Mrs. Zotras mentioned, as she mentioned, this is time sensitive. This is a limited access program. So when we get the 80 students and meet all the qualifications, that will be it for the 24-25 academic year. Now, there's a question, Diego, and you're asking about the GKT and the TAP program. If you're already considering TAP, you do not qualify for this program. If you're considering TAP, you already have a bachelor's. If the program is available next year, which we hope it will be in place, yes, you can apply again next year, Linady. Okay, so it's 6:40. What we're gonna do now is send you to the different breakout rooms so that you can meet with an advisor who can help you through the application process. Thank you so much for being with us today, and we do hope to see you on June 17th. We'll send you more information if you're selected to move on to the next step.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. I am assigning breakout rooms and moving you into them now. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.
Quick question.
Yes.
If you have a bachelor's and you want to transition into a new career as a teacher, how would you do it?
So Ms. Christina Andara, who's on the call, can help you with that. There is, if you're a career changer, you have a bachelor's in a different degree, you can come to us, or the school district also has a program where you take the courses that focus on pedagogy, and you apply to the FDOE for extendment of eligibility. They review the courses that you've taken as part of your bachelor's, and they let you know if you qualify for it or not.
So the quick answer is yes. With a bachelor's degree, you can become a teacher. You just have to qualify for the temporary certificate and get the letter of eligibility.
And you do that through the Florida Department of Education, or you could do it?
You can. You could also go to our website and go through the HR and get the information through them.
Through the HR department?
Yes.
Okay.
MDCPS website.
MDCPS, right?
Website, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, I'm opening up the rooms. Thank you so much.
I think you have 2 people here still.
Yes, we have 2 individuals. If you have a box in front of you that says join a room, please click on join the room so that you may go to your respective breakout rooms. And then team, I wanted to know if you wanted to go into a room, what you wanted to kind of do in that sense.
Laura Lewis, are you still with us? Laura?
Ashley, you can put her in a room if you want. If you click on there you go.
I just removed her.
Okay, awesome. Yay.
I think they left it open, but we're not actually there.